breath and look around, 'cause I have never ever let you down. My love for you will never fail. I'll be here forever. Count on me, put on your smile. No need to frown, 'cause I'm here. Just look to me and it will be alright, alright. Just take a breath, and look around. I have never ever let you down. My love for you will never fail. I'll be here forever. You can count on me. That you can count on me. I know you're worried, you're afraid. Trust me, you can count on me. Said I'll always be there, I'll never leave you. I know the others have failed, but I will be right there for you. Just take a breath and look around. I'll never let you down. Never let you down. And I never will. You can count on me. You can count on me. I said I'll never let you down. People come and they go, I'll never but leave. I'll be. You can count on me.
Hey everyone, this is big. I want everyone to download the Pick TV network on your Roku search bar. My brother David Evans is growing Pick TV fans, and I want us to help my brother blow up Pick TV. Boom! Click and play www.thepicktvnetwork.com. Bomb.
Hello, everybody. This is David Evans, your president of Pick TV Network. I'm excited, delighted, blessed, and impressed because we have a hot show. I mean, this is one of the greatest shows that we ever had on Pick TV Network. So I want all of our friends to come in and tell somebody the Pick TV Network is on the air right now. Now, today I have some special guests on who I love so much. And one of our special guests is a great man of God that we've been friends going on 40 years. His name is Mr. Horton. And he serves the community. Matter of fact, we were talking about 2 years ago about him coming on Pick TV Network. And you're going to be blessed because he's going to be coming on with a weekly series on Pick TV Network. And we're going to be talking about life tips. He has Miss Belton with him, and she's going to be assisting him on these shows. So I'm so happy today for all of you watching and our friends from around the world. You know, Pick TV Network is one of the #1 television networks on Roku. Thank you for our audience in Brazil, France, Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Paris, Peru, Argentina, Egypt, Canada. Burke is there, Ireland, West Africa. The Queen is there, United Kingdom, Australia. Teresa is there, Belgium, and the United States. I feel like I've been to these places. I talk about it so much around the world. So Again, those who are watching Pick TV Network, your network on Roku, and all of our friends around the world, I have a hot show on. And guess what? You are my special guest. Today, we are so honored. We're so blessed to have Brother Horton on in this building. How you doing, Brother Horton?
I'm doing well, Dr. Evans.
Man, I'm doing. Hey, Miss Belton, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Oh, we love God. Thank you for coming on our brand new show, which is really your show today. You know, well, before we get into this topic today on Life Tips, which is your hot new show, what are we going to do with these eggs, man? These egg prices are...
Yeah, I know, but we can come together and we can make anything work. You know, I say there's been tough times before. Our foreparents have brought us through tough times, and they band together. And
yes, sir.
We're here because of them banding together and making it work.
And making it work. You know, I want to thank you for coming on. This is our first show of a weekly series that we have on here called Life Tips. And somebody said, why do you want to call it Life Tips? Because we're going to talk about insurance. And first of all, insurance really means a company or a business that guarantees compensation in case of a loss, damage, illness, or death. So when I was talking about insurance and thinking about our show, people have health insurance, auto insurance, they have liability insurance, dental insurance, thank God for that, accident insurance, travel insurance. But health insurance and life insurance is what we're going to really talk about, Mr. Horton. Why is it important? And I want you to talk about, first of all, introduce yourself to the audience, then we'll talk about the life insurance. Introduce yourself.
Well, Doctor, and our audience out there, my name is Randolph Bowman Horton. And Doc, I just want to let everyone know I was born Randolph Bowman. And I went through my young age playing sports in DC Rec Center, the Metropolitan Police Boys and Girls Club, and in high school and college. And I've always been a team player. On the baseball team, I was the catcher. On the basketball team, I was the point guard. And on the football team, I was the quarterback. And those three positions, all three of those sports, is the position that sees the whole game and helps the team to gel together and win. And Coach Bush McAdams, who used to be he just a friend of ours who just passed a few months ago, he on his podcast, he called me his point guard. And he point guard in life, because I want to see us the people of God prosper and do better. I started off, I went to after I came out of college, I worked in the rec department for a few months and then went to Metro driving the bus, and got together with a couple of friends and we invested our money and started a delicatessen seafood carryout. And I told one of my closest friends who grew up with me after the time had passed on, I wanted to do something different. And I was going to try to find a family who was in business and see if I can invest my money with them. And I met, doing that, R.N. Horton, who adopted me into the funeral profession. And as I was working, I told him at time went by, I did not like the idea of sitting here waiting on somebody to die to make a living. And he said, son, you did not invent this, start this, but what you can do with this is make it ministry. And that's what I have done. And this profession is ministry for me. And I have asked God for things, and God has helped me bring it to pass what I've asked him to do. And nothing I do now is trying to do all that we can do to make things better for our people. Mm-hmm. And we know in our profession that, and we as Christians know, none of us came here to be here forever. We're going to die. And what we're trying to do is make it an easier transition for the ones that are left behind. And that's when we talked about going out and doing these advanced planning seminars. And that's what Mrs. Belton and I, we do. We do the advanced planning, which helps those when the death occurs, they have the funds in place to pay for this. And I am now the president and CEO of the company. And the company started in 1936. And we have grown the company. We have our own cemetery now out in Calvert County, Maryland. And those are the things I want to do is bring to the table everything I could do to make it easier transition for our people. And we could go to some of the cemeteries, and you can go to the cemetery and it's $11,000 just for the burial alone, not even counting the funeral, talking about the funeral. So we are trying to get our people to see you got to pre-plan, you got to prepare for this. And if you put the insurance in place, then it makes it easier for the ones that you leave behind. And we can do anything we want to do if we want to do it bad enough. And we, the Black Mortician, has been here for the community throughout the history. And we're still here, but we need our people to listen to what we're trying to say and then act on it. Let's put it in place so we can make it better for our communities. Our communities are devastated because we have not given back like God expects us to. He blesses us so we can be a blessing. There's a song we used to sing in the Baptist church back in the day that says, "You can't be God's given, no matter how hard you try. The more He gives, the more He gives to you. Just keep on giving."
Yes, sir.
And I have seen it in my life. The blessings of God's people, no magic wand, is God's people blessing me. So I have been able to bless others and help. And I tell people all the time, if you're truthful to me, I will never tell you no. And I say that because God has never said no to my desires and what I need. And this, I operate in the same manner. I'm trying to be as much like Jesus as I can be. And we just need the people to let us help them. And
you have done that. You know, when I look at you, and I want to thank you, Mr. Horton, for just being there for my family, for my mother's funeral, my father's funeral at Greater Mount Calvary. We want to give a shout out to Archbishop Owens and all the family there, my sister Darlene. You know, you've been there. We've been friends for 40 years, and I can go back to Park Road. You know, I can go back to Rhode Island Avenue. You've been there for my brother Bobby when he passed away, my sister Edie.
Yep.
For every time when somebody passed away, the first phone we call is you. And you always take care of our family. And we're going to put your information up also. But Horton, I'm going to play a segment of a presentation. I want you to elaborate on this. Folks, you're watching the PIC TV Network special presentation called Life Tips. It's a brand new show with our co-host with me, Mr. Horton, who's going to be working on the weekly show with us. So tell your friends. We see the numbers coming up. We see people in the back chatting in. Thank you for chatting in. It's amazing. I want to thank Pastor Bowie for watching right now, Bishop Collins for watching right now, all the pastors around. Yeah, Brother Horton is on PIC TV Network. Watch this.
Mr. Pitt's presentation is really something that's been dear to my heart, is us pooling our resources together so that we can do more for ourselves. And him and I were just talking about it. I mean, we spend so much money in America as African-American people, but we don't spend it in our communities.
Let's look at this Commander Initiative. Black funeral professionals supporting one another to success, to greatness, and to levels of prosperity that we've never seen together.
We need to do for us instead of depending on somebody else to do for us. You know, we can do it. We generate the revenue, but we just won't trust each other and come together and pool these resources and do it for ourselves and our communities. It's a no-brainer.
Right now, when we look at what we need to do, I need the feedback from experienced, seasoned funeral directors.
Pooling our resources, like you say, co-op, buying the fluids together, buying our cars together so we can save money. When you save, then you got more to do to help somebody else.
It's available for anybody who wants to participate in the program. We have white commanders in the program already. We have teachers that are Caucasian. So it's not a prejudice kind of program.
It's been, we say the Willie Lynch syndrome, divided and conquered. They keep us divided, they got us conquered. So we got to get past that, people. We got to get to the point where we can see that together we're stronger. Together. The word says it's more blessed to give than receive, and I've seen it work for me. I mean, I give, and God is going to continue to give. If you're giving and helping other people, God's going to see that you keep getting through His people.
All right, Pick TV Network fans, right here back with Brother Horton. But I want you to go over a couple of things that was stated on there when you did that presentation. And you did good. You may take my job. You keep on doing presentations like that. Y'all see that, America? You see how smooth and cool he was? But Brother Horton, talk about that experience. Yes, sir. Talk about the experience of morticians, because a lot of people starting because they want to make money. But I heard you talking about that. And also, you talked about having our own and coming together. And this is what we want the broadcast to do. Everybody out there watching right now, Brother Horton is here to educate us, to inspire us, to inform us. But I want you to talk about what you said in that presentation about the fact that we need to experience morticians and also coming together to invest.
Yeah, we as leaders in our profession and leaders in our community, we need to lead in showing others how to pool our resources to help us and then help the community. We talked about how we go to these conventions and we buy cars and we buy fluids and we buy material, but Mr. Pitts was trying to say, think about if we pooled our resources, our money together, and we bought these things in bulk, then there's going to be a great discount. And these are the type of things he's talking about: buying in bulk, buying together. You get your cars and your fluids and all the things that we buy for this profession. If we pooled our resources, they would have to give us a discount, and because they want to see this group of funeral directors continue to buy from them, so they're going to give us. Because we have it's a company called SCI, which is a conglomerate. They get a huge discount from the casket company because they own like 2,000 some funeral homes in the world, so they get a huge discount. And that's what we're talking about. It is said from Kathy Hughes that we, Blacks in America, our income yearly is $1.6 trillion a year. That's the kind of income. But only 3% of that comes back to our communities. Why? Because we don't own and control any things. We have to learn how to pool our resources, and then we can purchase the things that we need or open businesses that we patronize, and the money can stay in our community instead of getting paid, cash a check, and go right back to the other community. We've got to do better. And we have some trying times coming ahead of us with our new political regime. And if we don't come together and support each other, we're gonna have some tough times. And I just feel so blessed how the people have blessed me. And all I want to do for the rest of my life is just be a blessing. I don't need it.
And you are, Brother Horton. I want to say also, thank you for serving the community on Kennedy Street, Doc. I mean, and you've been there, man, what, 20 years?
No, I've been
over
I'm
there.
40. We've been on Kinder Street since 1971, but I've been doing it myself personally since for
That was before I was born. That was before I was born. Miss Bell, I wasn't even born. Look, I'm only 62.
Yeah, I just look 47 years of service to God's people, and I pray it's one of the greatest feelings that you can feel when you know that you have done what God has ordained for you to do, and that's be a blessing.
And I want to commend you because you are more than just a funeral home and funeral services. When people have like one of our pastors had a big birthday celebration, you had the limos out there, you had the cars out there. You know, Pastor Boyd said, "Man, look, Horton got everything lined up for us." So it's a community investment in supporting each other. That's one on our show, everybody. Life tips number one, Brother Horton is saying we need to support each other. We need to invest in each other. We need to have ownership. Ms. Belton, I want to bring you in on the conversation. When we're talking about supporting each other and helping each other and being there for each other, we shouldn't have to wait till somebody pass away. We should build a relationship way before then, you know, to let us know what we should be doing and communicating. Can you talk about that, Ms. Belton?
Absolutely. We need to, first of all, here at Horton, we try to educate the community on the importance of why funeral planning is so important. One of the things that we tell them, it is a gift to them because they come in, they pick out their casket, they pick out everything that they want as far as their funeral arrangements. They tell us where they want to have it. They tell us about how many cars they need. Everything is told to us and is documented in a file. And we a folder in, and then we put all the information in a file. It gives that person peace of mind. When you come in and plan your own funeral and you are emotionally stable, or even if you're in good health or bad health, you are telling us exactly how you want your funeral arrangements to be. And that is documented. And we have a list of those things that you have requested as far as part of your goods and services that you select. It's a thing that helps to ease the mind of your family, the next of kin, because when they come in and you have already arranged your funeral ahead of time, and the only thing we have to do is actually go to a file, pull your file, and everything that you have selected, everything you told us, where you want your funeral, all those things are documented, and that family has such a peace of mind knowing that you have taken care of your funeral arrangements ahead of time.
Yeah, and that's so important because, again, Brother Horton, I was doing some research on, first of all, the scripture says it's a time and place for everything, a time to be born. Well, we don't want to read the other part. We don't want to read the other part of that scripture.
Time to die.
Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to leave the planet. Yep. But Brother Horton, I want you to talk about this because, again, you look at this as a ministry, not just a money event, and you've been doing this so long, helping families. Talk about COVID for a minute, Brother Horton. Take us back to that moment when the world was shut down and you had so many people coming in. And you also, for those who don't know, we send our love to the people who lost their lives in the plane on Washington, D.C. the other week. And Brother Horton had one of their families there to help them. So, yes, Brother Horton, can you take us back to COVID for a minute? I know that moment was really, really crucial in our world, but tell us what you were going through, because I know you had so much COVID.
Well, COVID was a devastating time, and like you say, it's something that none of us were prepared for, and even if the insurance was in place, it was the time where we could not give the family or their deceased loved one the type of service they wanted, where they couldn't physically be shown because of the fear of someone contracting the virus. I mean, it got so bad in one state that the deaths came so fast, they'd do mass burial. They had just opened up a large hole in the earth and just bury everybody at one time. Just no service, just burial, because it just overwhelmed everybody. So this is why it's so important to pre-plan. Like Ms. Belton says, you pre-plan, then something like this, you've already covered it. Your plans are in place, your finances are in place, and that way you don't have to just not celebrate that life that was lived. And I'm a person, I believe every life that God has given is valuable. And we need to celebrate life, even in death. We need to celebrate. And I give this as the funeral celebration is a time to celebrate the life of the person who passed, to speak to that person or speak about that person to the loved ones and persons attending the service. Doc, I just had a phone call this morning from one of my high school classmates, and he met my wife at Costco getting some gas, and he said he had to call me because he had talked. He said he just wanted to tell me that you see Randolph now, and you see Randolph another day. He's the same person, and he came in and prearranged his funeral not too long ago. But what he was saying to me, and it just made my heart so glad that I'm not faking it. I'm for real about how I feel about God's people. People have come down the street riding a bicycle. Another high school classmate of mine who played football together. He stopped me and he said, "Rez," they call me Rez as my nickname. He said, "Man, I just want to tell you, I've been hearing all over town about how you have helped individuals." And they talk about financially, because people didn't have the money in place. And like I said, I'll never tell you no if you're sincere. And it brought tears to my eyes, because people are giving me my flowers while I can smell them. And like I say, if you do the will of God, God's gonna do your will. And just like this cemetery, I didn't get the cemetery for Horton Funeral Home to make money. I got it so I can help my people save money. And in turn, we're getting what we need so we can continue to grow. And this is all I'm trying to say, my people. Let's help each other.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about.
And that's all. And I want Ms. Belton, we're going to take a commercial break, and Ms. Belton, before we close out the service, I want to come back and talk with you about why is there so much confusion, when people perish and leave the planet. Folks fight about whether I'm supposed to get this, I'm supposed to get that. She wanted me to have the car, he wanted me to have the truck, and then, the thing about it, Ms. Belton, they want to have an open cash funeral. They don't want to be cremated. I will never have them be cremated. They want to be in the highest place. And I'm gonna tell you where I want to go. When we come back, Mr. Horton, I'm gonna tell you where I want to go when we come back after this break. Don't touch that dial. You're watching Pick TV Network. It's a hot brand new show on America, and it is called Life Tips. And we're sharing with Mr. Horton, and Mr. Horton is going to be doing a weekly show with us. It's going to be amazing. We'll be right back after this. Don't touch that dial.
Mr. Pitt's presentation is really something that's been dear to my heart, is us pooling our resources together so that we can do more for ourselves. And him and I were just talking about it. I mean, we spend so much money in America as African-American people, but we don't spend it in our communities.
Let's look at this Commander Initiative. Black funeral professionals supporting one another to success, to greatness, and to levels of prosperity that we've never seen together.
We need to do for us instead of depending on somebody else to do for us. You know, we can do it. We generate the revenue, but we just won't trust each other and come together and pool these resources and do it for ourselves and our communities. It's a no-brainer.
Right now,
it's a beautiful fall evening. The sun is setting. The dog finally stopped barking. Life is good. But inside, there's trouble brewing, and Emma has no idea. Although she feels fine, like her father, Emma is one of the 67 million adults in the U.S. with high blood pressure or hypertension. Just like her radiator that's on the fritz, Emma's heart is working overtime to get the job done. Let's have a look. The heart is the pump in our bodies, delivering blood to the entire system through a set of pipes, or blood vessels of all sizes. Smoking, high cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, physical inactivity, family history, and increased age all contribute to these blood vessels, or our pipes, becoming less elastic. The more blood our heart has to pump through stiff, narrowing arteries, the higher our blood pressure. When the force of the blood against our artery walls is too high, life-threatening health problems can result. Problems like kidney disease, heart disease, stroke, even heart attack. Can Emma get her pressure down before it's too late?
Hello, everybody. This is David Evans, your president, Pick TV Network. It's a hot, brand new show on, and we know America's watching. And I want to thank you for tuning in to this is Life Tips. We're giving you life tips, something that you can take and better yourself. And Mr. Horton is our special guest, and we're going to be doing weekly shows. So tell everybody there's a brand new show on Pick TV Network, hosted by Mr. Horton on Pick TV Network. I'm going to bring in Mr. Horton and also Ms. Belton, and we're going to talk about why is there so much confusion when a person leaves this planet. Chaos breaks out. People whose family members and friends, you know, why is it like that? Mostly every time somebody leaves the planet. And I was doing the research on how many people perish or die per second. 1.78 people die every second, which is 107 per minute. And when you look at this, 63.90 per hour, that's a lot of folk. 56 million per year, 3.9 billion deaths during a lifetime within 70 years. But we have to prepare. We have to prepare. You know, God blessed us, as we can quote the scripture, is time to be born and a time to leave the planet. And we don't have to always be sad. And I'm going to bring in Mr. Horton before we close out this segment. Mr. Horton and Ms. Belton, I wanted you to talk about that. How do you handle the chaos that breaks out? And people say, I don't want to be cremated. Is there something to ask somebody? Then I had one of my best friends said, man, I want to be cremated. Let me go. And I never thought he would want to be cremated. And
well, that's one of the beauties of pre-planning your funeral ahead of time, because you're making your requests, your wishes known to your family. So when you pre-plan, it eliminates all those types of problems. Now, we have situations here at the funeral home when a person passes, funeral arrangements, we have to explain to them that we have to deal with the next of kin. That's what we call the informant. A lot of times, you know, the oldest sister say, well, the youngest sister may say, well, I took care of mom, you know, all that time, and why she has to do this or why she has to do that. But we have legal guidelines in the funeral business where we have to deal with the informant. Now, if the informant, which is the next of kin, it could be the husband, It could be the oldest sibling. It could be the children. But if they elect not to make the funeral arrangements, and they elect maybe a younger sibling to take care of those arrangements, there's forms that we get them to sign saying, now my younger sister can now take and make the funeral arrangements for my mom. So we do have some guidelines, because when it comes to death, a lot of times the emotional just with people, they go berserk. Those are some of the worst time for some of the families when they have not pre-arranged their funerals.
But hold on, before we go ahead, sir.
Doc, and again, this comes down to planning, and like she said, pre-plan. You do a will, who you want to get this and who you want to do this, and we have just got to do better in documenting and planning for our time to exit and how we want things to go when we leave. Legacy planning, and it feels so great, the things that I have done, and I know that my family and whoever's involved in this ministry here, how they're going to be able to carry on and not struggle because of the sacrifices that I made and that Dad Horton made to get this ministry to where it is. And it just feels great that I have accomplished what I have through the blessings of the people. I'm getting ready to open up another office in Maryland. They just got approved last month to open another funeral home in Clinton, Maryland. It's not me. Yeah. It's we can reach out. We can reach the masses in that area, so we can do more. And this is all it's about. And these plans have been put in place by me and the person here that helped me to pass it on to those that are coming behind. And my prayer is, God, let me see this come to pass before I leave here, because I just want to see the blessings of the Lord here in the land of living before I leave. And the blessing is to see that other people have been blessed, because I've already been blessed.
Yeah, you live in the dream. God has you here to help so many people, Mr. Horton. And I want to thank you. I lived in Clinton, so when you put the business plan together, don't forget me. Clinton, I can walk down. They call me Mr. Clinton out here. This is my area right here. So don't forget me when y'all come out here, Mr. Horton. I'll have the business over here. But I want to also say, before we close this segment, we got so many people watching, and I want to also put one of the comments up here. Lady Evans says, "Thank you, Mr. Horton, for sharing such valuable information that will affect everyone at some time in their life."
So true.
This is what we're talking about. So I'm happy for you being on PIC TV Network, a weekly show. This is amazing, for us to be able to share information. And for those who are watching us right now, Mr. Horton, give us the number where people can contact you right now. Because somebody said, how can I call? I need some help right now. And I need some assistance. How can
our corporate office is here in Washington. The phone number is 202-829-9000. And that's the RN Horton Company Morticians. That's our corporate office. And then you talk to us, and then we can give you the phone number for the Maryland office and for the cemetery. And we just need the support of the people of God, so we can be a greater blessing to the God's people. That's all we want to do. But 202-829-9000. And you can ask for myself. If it's about pre-planning, ask for Mrs. Belton. And she also does we do pre-planning. She also does current for people who have funeral arrangements that have a death. She'll do that too, along with Mr. Bowling, who is our general manager. And so you call that number and we can get you what needs to be done. And I tell my people, we don't make excuses. We make it happen. We've been doing this for 88 years. We know how to get the answer that the people need.
Yeah, and I want to commend you for coming on Pick TV Network, you and Miss Belton. First of all, how did you feel about coming on TV? This is your first show, Ms. Horton. This is your first time coming on. This is your national television. How do you feel coming on TV?
Well, I feel good about it because with what's going on in the world today, God said, in my spirit, you need to do this to get the word out to the people that there's help for them if they're willing to accept the help. So I really feel good. I got some other things that we'll talk about in another show I'm trying to do to help our community. We got some younger generation out here that need help. But we're trying to look at doing some trade schools to get these young kids some jobs and get them off these corners selling drugs and killing each other. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. So I feel good that you asked me to do this, to give me the opportunity to get the word out to the people.
But you're going to be hosting this. I'm just teaching you how to get off the ground, and I'm going to turn it all over you. So Miss Belton, y'all can be ready.
We'll be ready. We got a lot to share. I
know, Miss Belton. I can't wait to talk to you. I want to talk to you, Miss Belton, on one of our shows about the difference between cremation. And I wanted to ask Mr. Horton, is it a rise? Are more people being cremated because they don't have the money? And let me tell you how I want to go. I want to be on top of the ground. I don't want to go under. I'm letting you know right now, Mr. Horton, I'm saving my money up. I'm going to let you know how much money I need. But I want to be on top of the ground. I want to be in one of those big cases. So just let me know right there. Don't burn me up, Mr. Horton. Don't let nobody I'm telling you my wishes.
So you want to be in the mausoleum?
There you go. We'll talk price. We'll talk price later. But we don't talk about price on the air.
No, we'll
talk price later.
But just keep in mind that a lot of times people get cremated not because it's less, but that's their desire to be cremated so that they could have their cremains on a shelf with their names on it, and every day that their loved ones get up, they will that's a reminder of
wow. I never heard that.
Yeah,
because my brother-in-law had that for his wife, and I send my love to my brother-in-law that I love so much.
Yes,
but he had that. He wanted, that was his wishes. But I didn't know that was the reason. When you see movies, you see people out at the water, putting it out in the water, putting it out in the ocean. That's a beautiful thing that you just educated me and some more people. But Mr. Horton, I thought people didn't have the money. We don't have the money.
A lot of it started that way. Mm-hmm. People couldn't afford the burial at the cemetery. And then they were educated. And a lot of people didn't think because they thought the cremation, you could not have a service. But now they're educated, you can have a service first and then be cremated instead of buried. So that's why a lot of people now, they say, okay, let's save the money for the cemetery and just have the service and cremation afterwards, So, but we came along with a cemetery with a great price. So if you want to be buried, you can still be buried. So we have both options, funeral and burial or funeral and cremation.
Yeah, and I can't wait. I mean, in one of the shows I want to come on, we're just going to talk about the money, how much people can be charged for a funeral. I mean, some funerals, Mr. Horton, probably can be $25,000. That's in our community, I think you hear the advertising where they say the average cost of a funeral now between $9,000 and $11,000. That's not in our community. In our community, the average funeral cost is like $7,000, something in that area. But the advertising on TV is not us advertising. That's our other family. That's the other family. That's why you have your own show. That's why you have your own show. That's the other network.
Yeah.
And then people say, well, the government gonna burn me. You know, they got my $800. Mr. Horton, you gotta educate us on that, because a lot of people thinking, you know, with government take care of me, don't worry about me.
Well, the government is not going to what DC has a program, and Maryland they have a program where they pay a portion. Now, what happened with this, the decedent can't have but a certain amount of money in the bank, or no insurance or no assets, and then the government will step in. And in DC, they said the funeral home can only charge $2,000 for this funeral service. It's a standard casket. The one they put in the program is that you've seen the wood with the doe skin with the cloth, that casket, and the services at the funeral home, and the hearse to go to the cemetery. And the government will pay $1,000, and the family will pay the other $1,000, make $2,000. And we used to be on that program, and the thing we thought about it, and everybody dropped off of it except for one funeral home there, because it wasn't fair to the funeral home. The funeral home can only charge $2,000, but they go to the cemetery and get a cemetery $10,000 and $11,000.
Wow.
So you know, and so the funeral home, the cemetery is not on the contract, but the funeral homes are, and in the city here, the funeral homes here majority of black. So that was us getting only $2,000 for all these services that we render, removal and all this, and embalming, dressing, casket, all that. And the cemetery was not doing nowhere near what we did, but they're getting $10,000, $11,000 for the burial. So we just said that we're coming off the contract, and if we have to help somebody, we help them with what they have, and we do it our way instead of doing what the government says, you know. So, but
yeah.
They asked, they were renewing the contract, and they called me to see what I was going to do. I said no. I said what I'm going to do, I'm going to rally a few funeral homes together, and we're going to come and we're going to ask you all to increase that amount, because it's not fair.
Wow.
That we do all this service and all we get is $2,000. Come on. But we got to speak up for what you need and what you want. If you say nothing, nothing gets done.
That's right.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
is, it's just like God's word. You ask and you will receive, and we're going to ask and then we will receive. Amen.
Yes. Mr. Horton, I can't wait till we come on and do some more shows. Folks, you're looking at life tips. And people say, why do you talk about life tips? Because we're talking about things that you have to do in life. You have dental insurance. You have health insurance. You have travel insurance. People even have pet insurance. Can you believe they got insurance on their dogs?
Yeah.
They got people have insurance, disability insurance, flood insurance, fire insurance. People have liability insurance. I mean, auto insurance. We need to have health insurance and life insurance in place. And Mr. Horton is telling us, and Ms. Belton is telling us, why is this important? That's why we have this brand new show.
It's equally important that they understand what type of insurance that they have, because so many times a person will come to bury their loved one with their insurance policy, and because they don't know that much about the insurance, they sometimes bring us a policy that they didn't even realize had expired. So those are some of the things we'll be talking about too, understanding what kind of plans, and even if you have an insurance plan, how you still can make your pre-need with the insurance, life insurance that you currently have. And then those of you who don't have insurance, then we'll explain to you how you can pay each monthly on your funeral arrangements. Even if you left this area, that policy can go with you anywhere in the United States. So there's a lot of things we'd like to share with the audience.
And one other thing that I don't think we didn't hit on, if you do advanced planning and you pay on it and you have a policy in place, it locks the pricing at today's cost. So 20 years down the road, the funeral that you prearranged is going to be at the same price. And as we know, as time goes on, things go up, and the price of funeral is going to go up. So pre-planning saves you money. So you lock in the today's price. So that's one thing I want to that
Absolutely.
pre-planning does that too. It helps you save in the cost of funerals going up.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I can't wait. So those who are watching right now, we're going to be airing this on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. and also on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it on Wednesdays and Sundays. Life Tips with Mr. Horton and Miss Belton is going to come on. I can't wait till we come down there and we're going to do some interviews and we're going to go. I want to see some of those limousines. You know, I don't want to wait till I check out the ride that limousine, Mr. Horton. I want to be that big old. My birthday coming up in May.
We'll bless you. You know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's a beautiful thing to have Life Tips because Mr. Horton is more than just a mortician business. He has a heart. This is his ministry. He's been doing this all of his life. Him and his wonderful wife, this is a ministry to him, and he's there to help people. I want you to take time out. Those who are watching right now, we're going to put also the QR code up for you to support and help this particular show that we're doing. Call for help. If you need help right now, you may have a loved one, a friend, a family member passed away. I was talking to Mr. Horton yesterday, and we were talking about the plane crash, and our hearts goes out to the folks. And he had one of those family members and one of the bodies there to help for his cemetery to be there to help and assist at that moment of cause. And when we come back on and look at some shows next week, I'm going to play a little segment on one of my family members who passed away. And Mr. Horton looked at this yesterday when we were going over our show. Just a little
I'm
bit
Mark
of this.
Boyle in the WREL Live Center. New right now at 5 o'clock. Continuing to follow that breaking news in Sampson County. 2 people confirmed dead. Sky 5 was over this crash scene earlier this afternoon. Highway Patrol continues to investigate right now. This is right off of North US 421. We're now being able to confirm that the dump truck you're looking at right now slammed into a passenger vehicle. Head-on collision there. Again, 2 people died. We don't know if both the people are from one car or if it was the driver of each vehicle. That information has not been released by the Highway Patrol at this point. That scene has since cleared. It was a traffic situation, though, that a lot of folks had to deal with for several hours this afternoon.
And that was my cousin, Keith, and his sister were riding down Sampson, North Carolina, down the road, and a car slammed, and a truck slammed and hit them, came across the medium strip. And my life stopped. All of us, when my family began to pray, and we had to plan for a funeral. They were just riding down the road. They didn't expect anything to happen. They were just riding down the road. So we have to be ready for the unexpected.
Yeah, because we none of us think this is going to happen to us, but as sure as we're born, we're going to die. We just don't know when,
yes, sir,
and how. But in the meantime, we need to plan for this event in our life, so it won't fall back on somebody else taking responsibility of doing this for us. And and we were talking yesterday, people say, "Well, I'm not gonna worry about that. My family take care of it." It's not fair. It's selfish of us to say we're gonna let somebody else take care. We need to take care of our plans ourselves, and so that our people won't have to spend their money in making funeral arrangements for us when we can do it ourselves. If you can't do it, it'll be something different. But we know we are people that have done anything that we wanted to do. So this is something that you need to do. So let's want to do this and make it happen. And you will feel better knowing that you have made life better for those that are coming from behind you. And like I said before, I just feel so great that I know that I'm making a difference in a life that's coming behind me and a life that's here with me now. And I just try to lead by example. I tell you, I try so hard to be like Jesus, and I brag. I tell people, I told my pastor, Bishop Owens, I said, Bishop, I can brag because I know I made it in. I'm living a holy, blessed life, and I know where I'm going when my days are in. And I just feel good about it. And like I say, God, life has been good. And to you, the people, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to God be all the glory. Amen.
Yeah, and we can't wait. Don't forget to watch the shows Wednesday evenings and then Sunday nights, folks. Y'all got to tune in. Mr. Horton's going to be playing this every week. We're going to have some new shows and programs coming on. We're excited about this, you know, and a lot of the pastors, Pastor Collins, thank you, sir. Thank you, Pastor Bowie. Others out there, and they can't wait because everybody loves Brother Horton. That's all we say. We love you, man. You know, you're just good people. I was telling my wife, you know, we laugh and we have a good time and sending a lot of love out. Ms. Bell, do you want to give a shout out? Because you know a lot of people are watching you around the world. You got family members and friends. You're on television. So I always do this. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody, any family members, anybody want to give a shout out for?
I just want to give a shout out to all of you who are listening, and just to let you know that we have a lot of information that will help you. We'll make it as simple for some people as possible, but the seriousness of pre-planning your funeral arrangements ahead of time. When they talking about GoFund, let them know. Give them our number, 202-829-9000. And whoever needs to GoFund money, we will let them know how we can help that particular person where they will not need your help. We will make their funeral arrangement as affordable as possible. That's how Mr. Horton thinks. He has a heart to service the community. And he doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk.
Yeah, and supporting each other and being there for communicating is so important. Mr. Horton, I know you're busy, sir. We can't wait to the next show. I can't wait to come and come down there and you coming to Clinton. You coming to my neighborhood, so I'm telling everybody in my area, all the businesses, all my leaders here. Mr. Horton is coming to Clinton, Maryland. So there's a new show coming to town, y'all.
We're on the way, so we can be right there in your backyard or front yard when you need us.
You'll be in my house, so don't forget about me. You know, Dr. Evans is here. We're bringing the whole TV crew, and that's what I love about God. You know, we've been talking, and Mr. Horton and I have been friends for almost, going on 40 years. We served together at Greater Mount Calvary on Park Road. That was in the 80s. He's been knowing my family all of our life. You know, when I'm talking about my sister Darlene, my baby sister, my sister Edie, who passed away, my sister Brenda, who passed away, my sister Esther, Kenny, Bobby, Junior, Elaine. Mr. Horton knows all of us, the Edwards family, Mother Edwards, Father Edwards, all of us. We go back almost 40 years. And I've been asking him to come and do a show and be on the show. But I never thought that it would just turn into a series. I thought he was going to do a spotlight interview. But now we're going to do a weekly show, and he has so much. And look, he's coming in Clinton, Maryland. Guess what? That's right around the corner for me. So that's another blessing. So we're going to thank everybody for watching today. Coach Evans popping in saying this show will save lives. Wow, look at that. This is Lady Evans coming in. Coach Evans saying this show will save lives because it will help eliminate some of the stress that comes with funeral arrangements because you will plan in advance. Well, you got to come on, Lady Evans, talking like that. Thank you, Mr. Horton, for sharing valuable information that will affect everyone.
You're so welcome. Everybody, I just say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we know you got 50 more shows to do. You know, don't let know. Did y'all hear it? We have 50 more shows to do. This is our inauguration. This is our first one. This is our kickoff. So we're excited about you. And those who are watching the replays, I know it's going to be thousands of people watching on Sunday evenings and thousands of people coming on next Wednesday. And if you'd like to get in touch with Mr. Horton, you can call right now. Don't forget, the line is open, and that is 202-829-9000. Everybody, take that number down, screenshot it. And don't forget, Pick TV Network is your network on Roku. Our television network is for the people, with the people, by the people, and we want everybody to support Pick TV. It's the place to be. Scan the QR code right above you right now and seeing how you can support the network, support this show, support the programs that we're doing on Pick TV Network. Because what we want to do is inform, we want to educate, we inspire our community. This is our network. We don't have to ask nobody for anything else. We don't have to explain anything. So we want to bring the best in inspiration. That's why we have Mr. Horton here. That's why we have Ms. Belton here. The best in information. Did y'all hear all the information he shared with us today? Education was the best we want to bring to you, which is the process of learning and a little bit of entertainment. We're going to make you laugh. We're going to make you laugh too. You know.
And what does Kathy Hughes say? Information is power.
That's right.
Information is powerful.
That's right.
Doc, you keep getting the information out so we can continue to help our people.
Well, we can't wait till the next show. And if this one was good, man, just wait till we get 7 to 8, 9 shows. I'm telling you, America, this is gonna be one of the hottest shows on planet Earth. And I want to thank you for coming in, Mr. Horton. How did you like the commercials? I always ask people that, Mr. Horton, how do you like the commercials? And I got it for you guys.
Oh yeah, I love more Red Brown in the opening. You know, I just want to praise you forever and ever and ever for all you done for me. Yes, Lord. Amen. Amen. Amen.
That was our segment. We warm up in the green room. We play a little more Red Brown. Man, I'm also Mr. Horton. I want you and Ms. Belton. We have Pick TV Network hats. So when you come on, we got to get you a Pick TV Network hat so you guys can come on here and shine with us on Pick TV Network. I got another one down there for Ms. Belton. I know she's gonna like this one right here. Let me see. I got another one down here for Ms. Belton. That's me. I know you like that. So we got Pick TV Network hats out there for you guys, and we love you. Thank you so much for coming on. We can't wait.
God bless everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And let's keep passing the word on. Let's keep passing the word on so we can make it better for us as a people. Amen.
Thank you so much. So everybody, thank you for watching Pick TV Network, our special hot show. This is David Evans, your president of Pick TV Network. Don't forget to scan the QR code. We want everybody to know that our shows are your shows, and PIC stands for the People's Investment Channels. It's for the people, with the people, by the people. And a lot of people don't understand that this network was birthed from the death of my sister, Brenda, who passed away in 2020. And Mr. Horton took care of that arrangement for my sister. And I wanted to do something to keep her legacy alive. And I started with one channel that grew to 60 channels, expanded to around the world. So we do TV shows, commercials, short films. You already know that, Pick TV Network family. And we thank God for our audience again. We are not just on social media. We are on literally around the corner, the 7 continents of the world: Asia, South Africa, Antarctica, Europe, Australia. We are on around the world, and to the millions of people watching with Roku sticks and Roku TVs, look at the repeats: Brazil, France, Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Paris, Peru, Argentina, Egypt. Daniel is there, Canada, Burke is there, Ireland, West Africa, the Queen is there, United Kingdom, Australia, Teresa is there, one of our managers, Belgium, United States, we are here. So we are literally all over the world, and I want to thank you for your time. Keep watching Pick TV. It's the place to be. Don't forget, it's a hot new show on, and Mr. Horton is helping me to put it together. I'll see you next time on Pick TV Network. God bless you, everybody.
Hey there, I've got some absolutely amazing news for you. Dr. David Evans, the renowned speaker, is now offering public speaking engagements and embarking on a United States media tour to promote his highly anticipated upcoming book, Steps to Success. This is an incredible opportunity for you to gain valuable knowledge and be inspired by his insightful thoughts. If you're interested in booking Dr. Evans to come to your church, conference, retreat, seminar campus, or business event, don't hesitate to reach out to his team at 240-423-9820 or visit watchpicktv.com. Secure your spot now and get ready to learn and be inspired.
A lot of the depression I've had has been based around not letting go of people that have used or betrayed me. Today, I'm grateful for letting people go. Walk away from people who put you down. Walk away from fights that will never be resolved. Walk away from trying to please people who will never see your worth. The more you walk away from things that poison your soul, the healthier you will be. Today, I'm grateful for walking away. What are you grateful for? Please share in the comments and click the subscribe button to hear daily gratitude. Be grateful and share this with your friends.
Hey everyone, it's Anita Vogel from Fox News Channel. How you doing? Hey, we have a special congratulations today for David Evans from the PIC TV network. Way to go, David. We are so excited about your brand new 5-minute movie clip, A Day with God. 5 minutes. You could do 100 minutes on that, right? But anyway, this is a nice 5-minute condensed version for people to watch. It is educational, it is inspirational, and you don't want to miss it. This is something really special, folks. A Day with God, 5 minutes, brand new movie clip from the PIC TV network. Congratulations, David Evans and the whole network. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. We want to give you some information so you can learn more about David Evans and the PIC TV network. Write this down, 202-505-2837. Once again, think PIC, as in PIC TV network. They have A Day with God. They have other excellent 5-minute movie clips. Check them out. It is really something special, especially in this day and age. This is great programming you don't want to miss. So congratulations again, David Evans. God bless everyone. Thank you so much.
Mr. Pitt's presentation is really something that's been dear to my heart, is us pooling our resources together so that we can do more for ourselves. And him and I were just talking about it. I mean, we spend so much money in America as African-American people, but we don't spend it in our communities.
Let's look at this Commander Initiative. Black funeral professionals supporting one another to success, to greatness and to levels of prosperity.
Every year, my college sorority has a reunion. When I try to talk about my faith, it's like, well, they just...
Thank you for watching this PIC TV Network special presentation. We hope that the insightful content provided valuable information and entertainment to our esteemed viewers. Your support and viewership are essential to the success of our network. To make a donation, go to watchpictv.com or scan the PIC TV QR code. Help us build the PIC TV Studio World Training Center